I think winning form is good form. We've got to make sure that winning becomes a habit for our footy club, and regardless of the final score and 60-point win, what's important is that we got through the game by tweaking a couple of little things over the summer and seeing those things happen over the course of 4 quarters.
What type of things did you tweak your form?
The most obvious one was probably our kick to handball ratio. We were up around sort of 1.6 kicks to handballs last year. This game we were almost 1-to-1. So we certainly flicked the ball around a bit more, looked to run and carry a little bit more. Good to get some inside 30s, not just inside 50s. So we saw, Eddie kick 5. He looked really dangerous, but the most important thing is we got the ball to dangerous parts in our forward 50. I thought last year we went a lot wider than what we probably went today, which was good.
Through your ball movement, part of that reason?
Yeah, sometimes it depends on the pressure from the opposition, but at different times we were able to sort of control the tempo of the game, particularly in that first half, which was good. But then I guess in the last quarter, a bit disappointed that Port outscored us in that last quarter. Would have liked to win all 4, but I guess at the end of the day, our boys ran the game out pretty well, and a 60-point win is a nice way to start the season.
So what you take out of the game style that paid dividends today? Obviously, both teams weren't at full strength, but you take more out of that than the 10-goal victory? Oh,
definitely. I didn't look at the scoreboard once, to be honest. It was more about looking at guys playing roles for us, making sure our systems were how we wanted them. At different times, we went away from how we wanted to play. There was a patch in that third quarter, I think, where Port took about 18 marks in a row, before we could get our hands on it. So there's still plenty of refining to do before round 1, and that's what we've got to do. We've got to use this NAB Cup as an opportunity to ensure that we're playing the way we want to play right from the start. We can't take 2 or 3 games to get into our rhythm this year.
And Eddie Betts, obviously, quick investment already, 5 goals straight up.
Yeah, I sort of gave Dave Noble a little wink, in about the 5-minute mark of the first quarter when he had his second. It's really good pick-up for us, Really proud of how he's settled into our footy club straight away. He's been a great leader off the training field and in the club rooms as well. And I think he's set for a big year. If he stays injury free, I think he's going to have a good season for us.
And J-Pod?
Yeah, he was good. He didn't really hit the scoreboard today. I think he kicked 1 goal and had 15 touches or something. But what he did is when he didn't mark it, the ball came to the front of the contest. And that's when Eddie kicks his 5. So I like some of our other kids too. I thought Matt Crouch was really good. I thought Cam Ellis-Yeoman showed plenty, and obviously our rookie Charlie Cameron was pretty exciting in the forward line too. When he got the ball, he looked really dynamic. So and of course the same names. Sloan was very good, Douglas was very good, Matty Wright was back to his sort of 2012 form. So plenty to sort of leave the ground feeling happy about.
Crouch must have been very happy with his 23 disposal. It looked really classy.
Yeah, that I liked him before the draft, and for him just to slot in today and just, I guess, get into the rhythm of the game really quickly was really pleasing for me. Get his brother back soon too, and Brad's a couple of weeks behind the rest of the group, but it's going to be really exciting for our fans to see Brad and Matt Crouch play a lot of footy together.
How much pressure on Matt? Obviously, Bernie got 32 touches for Melbourne, so fans still look at that.
Yep.
Is there extra pressure on Matt given the fact that you got him with the pick you gave up to get Bernie?
Oh, yes and no. It's unfair to do Vince for Matt Crouch because Matt Crouch is 18 and just starting his career. Bernie's in his the twilight of his career as a 28-year-old. He's still got some great footy ahead of him, but to be honest, I was really happy to see Bernie play well. He was really good last night or the night before, and but all my energy and all my focus now is on my boy, which is Matt Crouch, and I'm looking forward to a long career with him.
And long term, you've got no doubt that you've made the right decision.
Oh, without question, yeah. It was a football decision that was made, and we've got Matt Crouch on our list now, and really happy to see him develop. And as I said, 10 years, 12 years of Brad and Matt playing together is going to be really exciting for our footy club.
Did you mention Paul Pleasure picked up on the injury?
Yeah, Porp's could have come back on the ground. But with 8 on the bench, we were able just to give him a spell, and I'm sure that he's going to be available for selection next week. Whether we risk him next week or not, but it's a shame because he was red hot early. Porps was fine in footy. I think he had 12 touches in the first quarter and a bit, kicked a couple of goals, I think, and looked really solid. So he's another one that's had a really good summer, hoping that he can start the season off really well.
What's the injury,
just the ankle, he tweaked his ankle. Said he felt his ankle sort of tweak a little bit in a centre bounce, I think it was. So I don't think it's anything serious. As far as I know, I'll check with our medical team after this, but yeah, at this stage I think that's our only injury.
To that side, how many changes do you make for your next NAB challenge?
Up to 6 or 7, probably for next week's game against Carlton. So guys like Scott Thompson, Rutten, Otten, maybe Lynch, maybe Brad Crouch. There's probably a couple others I can't think of off the top of my head. Petrenko, Henderson, Laird, they'll all be ones that potentially will play next week. So, as I just said before to Fox, we'll look as quickly as we can now to get our best group together, our best squad together. Don't want to flirt with our form, want to get in good form, want to get in winning form, get our best group together and win as many games as we can leading into the season.
You used Righty a little bit as a sort of runway player over the last couple of seasons. That ball-winning ability, do you have the confidence to really release him in a proper AFL game? Yeah,
I think Wright is one of those guys that can play a run with role for us this season. I mean, obviously with the VB injury, we've got to look for other options, and I was happy with his game today. You know, his balance of attack and defence was fantastic. But yeah, he's certainly one that might be able to do a run with role for us early in the season.
But there's more to his game than just that.
Oh yeah, today I mean I think 36 touches in a shortened game with 6 on the bench or 8 on the bench, and he's probably on track for a mid-40s game. You know, so yeah, really happy. He's had a good summer. Shows what happens when you get a full summer under your belt, and yeah, really happy that Matty was able to have a solid game today.
You'll keep getting asked, but what's the latest with Taylor?
Well, the latest is just normal, I guess. He's progressing really well. Really happy with how his injury is. I'd like, as I said before Christmas, I'd love to see him put the Crows jumper on round 1. But Tex will play when he's ready. So whether that's round 1, round 10, round 15, whatever, when Tex is ready, he'll play.
So when you make that call?
It's got to be a conversation that we have with Tex's surgeon, with our club doctor, myself and Tex. So they're probably the four key people in the conversation. But when Tex is confident and when he's ready, I'm sure that he's going to play.
So he'll say to you that he thinks he's ready? Is that before you meet with the doctors and that sort of stuff?
Yeah, when Tex comes and knocks on my door and says he's ready, then we'll get the surgeon and the doctor together, and we'll. But also too, he's done a lot of work with Duncan Kellaway, our rehab physio over the summer. I mean, Duncan Kellaway's got to have a say in that as well. But at this stage, he's flying. He's in all the drills now. He's doing match simulation drills. So hopefully we see an early season return for him.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.